Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 511, and it is your second review in International Film Month as we talk about Monos. Yep, we are pre-recording this right now. I'll go ahead and get that out of the way. On Thursday, when you're watching this, I have to go to a showing of The Woman King,
Ooh,
and that's going to be showing like literally an hour after we would be starting. So I needed to leave here like around 30 minutes. And
I've heard good things on
recently,
that.
yeah, what's up? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. Yeah, Viola Davis always kills it, bro. She
Oh,
always kills it. So I'm excited to see it. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully I'll get a little write up for the site. But yeah, we're just pre-recording because I don't want to get there late to the movie theater. So we'll see how all that goes down. But this is it's me, Raul Alejandro Mendoza, the Nerd Chicano. I already know how that goes. Your host. I'm also here with my other host, Brad Young Yoda. What's up?
what's up, everybody? Let's get this started because we gotta get this done.
Shut the fuck up, man. Sometimes words don't actually, work.
Great pep talk, roll.
Yeah, great talk, great talk, great talk, Brad. Great talk. Oh my god. But man, it's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. That's just how the cookie crumbles, and today it crumbled like that. That's all I could get out of my head. Out of my head. Yeah. How are you
Uh,
doing, you fucking
I'm
asshole?
I'm I'm amazing right now. So I got my bumper in for my truck
Yeah.
because my bumper's how long has my bumper been damaged? Like
I forgot your
God,
bumper was damaged, bro.
God, we gotta be going on like 6-7 months.
Yeah.
It's something ridiculous because I didn't want to pay for it, and but my cousin actually moved. He moved from Texas, and he's a mechanic. And he's like, if you order this, I can put it on. I'm like, fuck yeah!
Like, yeah, man, yeah.
Got a credit card out, fucking like got that thing shipped, and so I'm gonna get a steel bumper, which if we've noticed, I kind of need.
Yeah. I think those are things that you definitely need to know. So, Brad, I don't drive. You know that. I don't
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't have the ability to drive. But I'm gonna go ahead and make a guess that you do need a bumper.
yeah. Definitely need a bumper, and especially a steel one if you back into trees.
Yeah.
I don't make it a habit, but it's happened once. It may happen again.
Back to the trees, trash cans break your windshield.
Yeah,
You got terrible luck, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. But today we're going to be looking at a film from Colombia. As we're staying in Latin America right now. We're going a little
Colombia.
more south. We're in North America. We traveled down to South America to look at a film from Colombia. Not much going on today though, Brad. I edited my Friday review that I'm gonna hopefully finish up right now. I have a little bit more left to do, but I cut up the video. I watched this film, and yeah, I'm excited to talk about it.
I
This
mean,
was
I
a
was
movie.
I was technically supposed to do D&D tonight, but we pushed that back, and
Yeah.
I'm actually excited. Well, telling Raul, I'm excited to do this review. I don't normally get excited for reviews, but this is
Yeah,
the one. This is the one where I think I called it. What I called it beforehand.
perfectly.
Lord of the Flies meets Platoon. That's
Yeah,
what this movie is.
yeah. So, and we'll see, man. Recently, we've been on the same page. We'll see how it ends up here. But yeah, y'all. If you have never seen Monos, then this is your chance to get out of here. If you care about spoilers, but if you don't care about spoilers, then you go ahead and stay by. But if you don't, but if if you've seen it or you don't care, either way how it goes, it's your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I got two paragraphs to read, so that's an improvement. Usually you don't even get two paragraphs with some
I
films.
mean, unless it's a Marvel film, then you get like
Yeah,
8.
yeah. So let's go ahead and look at this here. Monos is a 2019 internationally co-produced war drama film directed by Alejandro Landes, written by Landes and Alexis dos Santos, and produced by Fernando Epstein, Santiago Zapata, Martin Solibaque, Cristina Landes, and Landes himself. It stars Julianne Nicholson. Is that um That's not Jack's daughter. Wait, does Jack have a daughter? Hold on. Hold on. That's no, it's not. No, it's just another actress named with a last name Nicholson.
With
I'm
last
sorry.
name Nicholson.
Yeah. Yeah. And Moises Arias. The film follows a group of teenage soldiers assigned to watch over a hostage. The film was released in the United States on September 13, 2019 by Neon and Participant, receiving positive reviews from critics. The film had its world premiere at the 2019 Sundance Film Festival on January 26, 2019, where it won the World Cinema Dramatic Special Jury Prize. It was selected as the official Colombian uh, entry for the Best International Feature at the 92nd Academy Awards and the Goya Award for Best Ibero-American film at the 34th Goya Awards. So, what's it called? Director Alejandro Landes. Alexis Dos Santos also wrote the script with Landes. The cinematography is done by Jasper Wolf, um, who, what's it called, has done other films like Instinct, Paradise Drifters, and Code Blue. It's edited by three people: Yorgos Mavros Pazardis. Yeah, I'm gonna guess he's Greek.
Close
Yep, he's
enough.
Greek. Yeah.
Yep.
Ted Gard and somebody just called Santiago. Um, the mu-
Just one name, Santiago.
yeah,
You know that dude
uh,
legit in the editing room. Just one name.
yeah. Micah Levy, or as you all know him by his stage name, Mikachu, is the composer of this film. He's done some great scores like Under the Skin. If you ever seen that film with Scarlett Johansson, great movie. It's and the score is just really unsettling. And
What race does she play in that movie?
she plays an alien, Brad.
Oh, so
Yeah.
still not white.
Yeah, Brad, this is crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you all. It sits at an hour and 43 minutes, and on a budget of 2 million, they made 1.3 million dollars at the box office. That's
Cronenberg time, love
actually
it.
really fucking good. Wow, it didn't make its money back. It didn't make it, but that's actually a really good.
Let's be real here though. This was made for the awards.
Yeah,
This
but the fact
was
that it even made that much though
yeah, but you
was
look at the
wild.
accolades. If you scroll down here, the
Oh
accolades
yeah,
one.
yeah, pretty much. It made a lot of stuff. I mean, won at Sundance Film Festival. It won at the Cartagena Film Festival. It won at Cine Latino Recontres de Tulu House. It won at the Buenos Aires International Festival of Independent Cinema, Newport Beach Film Festival, Montclair Film Festival, Pennsylvania International Film Festival, Art Film Festival. Oh my God, it won so many fucking film festivals, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. BFI London Film Festival, best film. Yeah. So I did want to show y'all what's it called. This is really an international co-production. I mean, an international production. These are all the countries that put money into this film: Colombia, Argentina, Netherlands, Germany, Sweden, Uruguay, the United States, Switzerland, and Denmark.
Damn.
Holy shit! Does this movie have a lot of fucking financiers? Damn. I was kind of reading more into it because I really wanted to see what was going on with this film before, like, while I was watching it, I kind of paused it and I'm like, let me read a little bit about this. When they got the budget from Colombia, dude, they barely even had half of the budget. Like, they only had half of the budget, so they had to
Which is
literally,
probably why they went out.
yeah, they had to go out and get everybody to give them, what's it called, money. And
But
where they shot this movie, Brad, no one's ever shot in this jungle, in this area.
oh wow.
No one's ever shot here before.
But so let's go back to that number. $2
Two
million
million.
for this film.
Mm-hmm.
For an hour and 43 minutes of this film. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yep.
That seems almost impossible to me watching this film. Like they had explosions going off in this film.
Yeah. So what's it called? So they shot at a national park, and what's it called? This is wild. Um, it was only recently that humans were allowed to visit this national park because of the actual conflict that was happening in here. So that nobody has ever shot a movie in this national park, but humans actually weren't even allowed to visit here because of the conflict that was going on with the government. So like it's nuts, bro. And like they were talking
Damn.
about how like mules had to carry food and gear, and they had to like they had a
Uh,
military person who helped them like pretty much make spaces for them
So
to live and sleep.
that
And
that just makes this film even sound even more impossible. It happened.
yeah, dude, it's crazy, bro. They even had to get like a freaking underwater cinematographer to do this movie.
Yeah.
What's Yeah, but it's just wow, man, because it's like they basically had to like really kind of invent a style to shoot in here if you're thinking about it, because like nobody really had stepped foot in here for a long time, and then you're like nobody's ever shot anything here. So what's it called? Both locations they use, they're like, oh shit, like wonder how we're gonna use this. So it was really interesting when I was reading up on this movie. But Brad, enough talking about the production stuff because we can go in like for ages here.
Yeah.
But Brad, what are your initial thoughts on Monos?
Initial thoughts, and I've already given it multiple times. It's Lord of the Flies meets Platoon. And if you can't get behind that, I don't know what more I can tell you. The cinematography is amazing. The acting's amazing. The story's amazing. The pacing, mostly amazing. There are certain parts pacing is a
Yeah.
little off. Don't get me wrong, but I don't imagine like it hurts the film overall too much. This is a great movie. This might be one of my favorites of the year.
Yeah, well, damn, that's wild. It's one of the favorite ones that you've watched this year from the podcast, and we watch a lot, bro. We watch a lot this
Yeah.
podcast, but they said it's inspired by Lord of the Flies, of course. This movie's inspired by Lord of the Flies. Also, Heart of
Which
Darkness.
yeah, Lord of the Flies, Darkness, Apocalypse Now, Platoon.
Yeah.
They're like the whole fucking the pig on a stick.
Oh
Lord of the
yeah.
Flies definitely the kids in this because they're kids.
Yeah.
Child army basically.
Uh,
Lord of the Flies is ish.
yeah.
Um, and then there are literal scenes where I'm just going, am I watching Apocalypse Now? Because there's that
Oh yeah.
shadow scene that
Yep.
you like the Marlon Brando where he's kind of in the shadows, and they have that in here. And then
Yeah.
they've got like the explosions going off in the distance, so you're like kind of like Platoon in that instance, and it's just like, well,
Yeah.
what am I watching? Like I'm watching like one of the best basically war movies, at least modern war movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. So what's it called? They also had like influences like Come and See, which is a great movie that I've watched. I don't think you can watch Come and See and not be influenced by it. That's the greatest war movie ever made. And Beau Travial. I never seen Beau Travial. That's from Killer Denis. But my thoughts. I like this movie. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't watch it in 2019. I actually had the chance to watch it in 2019 because it was playing at my local theater when I was living in
Jeez,
Houston at the time.
this would look good on this big screen.
Yeah, and I'm like watching this. I'm like, holy shit! This just for the sound design alone, the sound design would be crazy to watch. I do have a problem with the overall pacing of this film, and really the way that it kind of juggles the story and the characterization of what they're doing here. It's like some are kind of left to like, okay, we're gonna sacrifice one for the other, and it's like, oh shit! Like at times I felt like the story's kind of losing me. But I've got to say, this is one of the most visually striking movies I've ever seen, dude. Like I'm wondering like how they got most of those freaking what's it called underwater shots, and like just them going into the water, and then just like when you're going in there and just seeing like it's just incredible how they got those.
Hmm.
Um, it's just like just the use of that national park, and you're really kind of thrown into the atmosphere of the jungle, you know.
For sure.
And
I mean, like, great. Like I don't know how they scouted where to go, but even the original area they're at, which the
yeah,
big stone building, I'm just like I was just when they did the wide shot of that, I'm just like,
yeah.
holy shit,
Also, like, please talk about that one dude. I think he was like the original commander, right? He's the one who's like training everybody. You know how
messenger.
fucking jacked that motherfucker was?
Ah, he's
Shut
only
up.
like 4'8".
Holy shit, he's fucking jacked. Like at first you see him
But did you
in
know
his
like
uniform.
all of them were pretty much jacked because
Oh yeah, yeah,
they're training, they're in conflict. So like you get a scene where like Bigfoot and he's just fucking ripped. I'm just like, God damn. Like what the hell? Like
yeah,
we all just gonna be beating up shit.
yeah. And I just a lot of films don't really concentrate on. I don't know why they don't do it. Like they don't concentrate a lot on child soldiers. Like if they don't exist. Like yeah, this shit exists. Like
It's I'm sure it's a bit taboo. It's a bit hard to
yeah,
put out there into the world.
yeah. But as
Um,
you can tell,
the,
like here, like
yeah, it's possible to do. It's possible to do well.
yeah. And I've got to say, just that whole like sort of characterization of that, like just the way they kind of show the child soldiers, and really like at the beginning of how they kind of showed them keeping their POW, their prisoner of war, like
Yeah,
it was
and
just
then how that changes
yeah,
over time as the conflict gets worse and worse, and the stress gets higher and higher, and
yeah,
how they end up treating her. Because in the beginning, she's like playing soccer with them, she's eating
yeah,
meals with them, and by the end of it, she's been chained up and basically beaten. And yeah, it's a rough watch for sure,
yeah.
at least in that aspect of it. And it's really funny because you get the kids, you get all different kind of personalities.
Oh yeah, yep,
And the start, they really do seem like kids just fucking playing around. Like they're not. I don't think they're worried about the conflict. They're just trained to
no,
train. And then shit gets real when the cow gets killed.
yeah. Everything changes when the cow gets killed.
Yeah,
Like
because they lose their leader, who ends up shooting himself because he knows he'll be blamed for the cow death.
yeah,
And it goes to another leader, or they put Bigfoot as leader, and he's not a very good leader.
no,
He's very
no,
abusive.
yeah. I also kind of found like just the dynamics in a lot of this film really interesting. Like, who's that? Who was it's not Bigfoot. It's what's it called? Wolf and not Lady, and who's the girl that's with Lady? Who's the guy who's with
Swede.
Lady?
Swede
Sweet.
is Swede is the girl, is the
Yeah.
other girl. Wolf is the original one
The
with
original
Lady.
leader. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the original leader.
Original leader. Okay, yeah. So like Wolf and Lady. And then Lady starts getting it on with like I think with Rambo. I think he gets like she starts
Um, I think after Wolf dies,
yeah.
Lady gets with Rambo somewhat. Um, and then she just goes with everyone from there, basically.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of crazy how like you see how so after the count dies, it's just such a big inciting incident right there because like you start seeing how everybody starts to like turn on each other, and I mean there's your aspect of Lord of the Flies, right? There's your
Yep.
aspect of Lord of the Flies, and they do a great way of like showcasing that and like how Smurf gets like tied up too, and somebody tries to take Smurf, but then like at the end like
And then
even the
even the doctor has changed. Like the
yeah.
doctor, you go into that thing, oh, the doctor, she's a doctor, so she's gonna help. And she's changed to the point she ain't helping shit. She trying to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. And I really got to say, like, for a movie, I like this movie. I don't love it, but I've got to say that ending had to be one of the best I've seen when it comes to a war movie. Because just simply taking, like, breaking the fourth wall, putting the message right to the viewer, to the intended viewer. So it's kind of a way of saying, like, here you go to the government. Like, what are we gonna do to fix this? Because it's on you to fix this.
Hmm.
And
And that might be why a lot of governments ended up backing this. Is
yeah.
there's a lot of conflicts in a lot of these places.
Yeah. Brad, that sound design, dude. Holy shit, I thought my TV was gonna explode, bro. I see that.
This is where I wish I was in back in my early years of college, when my parents had a basement
Yeah.
in Maryland, and they had the surround sound in this one little room in the basement.
Yeah.
And I just remember Saving Private Ryan playing and
Yeah.
just thundering through there. I wish I had that for this.
Yeah. 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 Oh man, that sound design was crazy. And it's not just even like the sound effects of like the helicopter, the explosions. Like I'm talking about just the way that the sound is picking up from the score. Because this score is like so they kind of Michael Levy kind of explains it like being like kind of monumental but kind of minimal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's not on paper, it's not an extravagant score.
Mm-mm.
It's not operatic, but it makes sure to create the atmosphere that this movie is kind of showing. And like I'm just like when things are getting so tense, like the fucking noise of the score is just like crazy. Like the sound is
What
going nuts.
What did you think of the war scenes? Because a lot of this movie is just focusing on the kids, but you
Yeah.
get these little bits and touches of the war that's going on, and that it gets really close to them.
Yeah, I thought they were done great. I thought, they were done in a way that doesn't kind of glorify what's going on, right?
No,
I thought so. I thought that I was like, oh, it doesn't look like it's
and
sexy. It's like it doesn't look like a
and
beautiful
it's
thing.
one of those things. It's like, okay, so we're kind of sitting back with the kids watching as this is going on, and
Yeah,
you just see guys carrying bodies out, and you just see explosions going on in the background, and this just keeps bringing me back to how did they just spend $2 million on this movie?
yeah,
Francis Ford Coppola blew up a whole forest, and that had to cost like $20 million.
100%. Um, Part of me wonders if they use CGI or did they actually fucking use real
I
fucking bombs?
I'm wondering if the government at this time just had like, hey, we have excess. You want to blow shit up? Because
Yeah,
it's been known to happen.
that's crazy. So, what's it called? The messenger, the messenger in the movie is played by an actual military. He was an ex forces of Colombia People's Army. Ex from age 11 to 24. He served in the People's Army.
Which which
Holy
that's
fuck!
kind of crazy because he's only he can't even be like 5 foot. Like he's pretty short. Like you I didn't realize how short he was when he first showed up on the
Yeah,
horse. And then when he's off the horse and he's like in the training with them, I'm like, okay, this dude's small. But he's like fucking just jacked. And I'm just like,
yeah,
holy God. But
yeah,
the and you knew like I I don't know if it's a gripe or not, but you knew when he got on that boat and Bigfoot was behind him driving the boat, you knew he wasn't making off that damn boat.
Oh no, he wasn't. He wasn't. And but dude, it's like so I'm reading this, of course, and I obviously like these things kind of build more of an appreciation. I do have my gripes, and uh I think that this movie, I think it could have been a lot better. I think they kind of sacrificed the story for like the stylistic elements, I think. And there was like times where I wish they would have just like like, hey, like let's actually spend some time with these kids and like, develop that a little more. And you're like, oh, but you want to make things ambiguous and stuff. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So what are we gonna make ambiguous? The story, or are we gonna make the characters ambiguous? And it's like you either do one or the other, so it doesn't bring the movie down. And that's when I think it's like, oh, we're gonna make both of them ambiguous. So it's like, okay, you're just gonna bring the movie down. And but I really like this movie. Um, I think it's probably one of the best films from Latin America that I've seen from like post 2010s. We got post 2010. I think this is one of the best from there. And yeah, one of the best war films. I definitely would put that up there as well. But Brad, any final thoughts here?
Go watch this movie. That's
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
I, I mean, it's on Hulu. I didn't know what I was getting into when Raul was like, "Go watch Manos," and I'm like,
I never seen it.
"Oh, well, okay."
Yeah,
I turned it on, and my attention was completely grabbed by it. Just either the setting or what's going on in the story. My attention, which I don't have that great of attention span much more. Um,
yeah,
it was through this movie, and I think the timing. I think the timing was good. Like I like Cronenberg time, so Cronenberg
uh,
time is amazing.
Cronenberg time.
um, but yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Like this is probably one of my favorite from 2019, and that's saying something because I think
2019 was crazy.
the
Yeah,
farewell was 2019.
Parasite.
Yeah,
The
Parasite was
Lighthouse.
2019. This is up there with them for me.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. So, um, what's gonna be your final verdict here, Brad?
I think due to some of the pacing, like you said, there is pacing issue. I'm not lying there, and I can see where you're coming from. You know, do you make the characters ambiguous? Do you make the storyline ambiguous? And both kind of end up being that. Um, I don't think it takes away too much from the movie, but it's there. So that's why I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
All right, Brad. I think it's gonna be our biggest difference with our well, not a big difference, but I mean like an actual difference in scores here. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Monos a 7.5 out of 10. I like this movie, but overall, I felt the problems that I stated are there, and it's like yeah, I was like, oh man, I wasn't disappointed though. I definitely really like this movie. I mean, I'm looking at right now Amazon see if they have a Blu-ray copy. So that tells you guys at least I liked it enough that I want to own it. So
Get it in 4K.
only Blu-ray, bro. It only has a Blu-ray.
Oh.
Neon usually doesn't actual put actual like
I I mean,
4Ks.
like this is definitely the best movie we've reviewed this week. Like
Man,
easily,
man.
easily beat Thor.
Some people would tell you that we're wrong, bro.
I don't care, Tony. I do not care, Tony. Like if you want to go and we be like, yeah, Thor Ragnarok, I'm there with you. I ain't on this last one, man.
Not on this last one, bro.
I'm not on this last one.
No. But that's our review of Monos, y'all. We're gonna be back next week on Thursday again. Remember, y'all, I did say that we do not want to fuck up the numbering here because Ledia did put a lot of hard work into that stuff. So let's just at least try to cover this numbering that we have at the moment. So Monday we'll be doing our review of I believe it's the Black Phone, uh, which
Ooh.
yeah, it's the Ethan
That's a horror
Hawke.
movie, right?
Yeah, the Ethan Hawke horror film. But
Oh, is it? That's the one where he kidnaps the kid, right?
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So next Monday,
I'll get Brenda to watch that with me.
all right. Yeah, next Monday. So the Monday we'll be doing the Black Phone, and then of course to continue International Film Month on Thursday we will be doing Akira Kurosawa's Scandal. You know we got to for more Kurosawa, right? We already had a fucking month for him this year, so you know let's get some more Kurosawa. You know?
We're eventually going to watch all his movies.
Yeah. Nobody else. We have a mission to complete. Well, nobody else who has like a big ass filmography like Kurosawa.
I mean, the only one that comes to mind is Hitchcock, and I ain't watching like all those fucking movies.
No, no.
I ain't doing it.
Yeah, like I think like,
but
Kubrick,
like Inuyaritu, like what he's coming out with a new film. We got what
yeah.
like 2 films to do on that.
Yeah, 2 films. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you only
so
need 20,
like, and we've
23
got
grams.
Cronenberg. How many we got on that? Not many.
I think we have like 5 left.
Yeah, so not many. We could totally do that because Cronenberg time, yo. There's a bunch of others where I think
we have one more.
Really, we only have one more for Tarkovsky.
One more from Tarkovsky. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah. Kubrick, we have a good amount for
Kubrick's still a good amount. Kubrick's difficult because when you think of Kubrick, you just feel bad for his directing in The Shining, just yelling and throwing shit at people.
Also, the thing is that Kubrick has 13 films, but like more than half of those movies are over 2 hours and 20 minutes.
That's true.
That's the problem with Kubrick. So like, if we do a Kubrick
I can't say anything. Like Kubrick's one of your favorites. Kurosawa's my favorite. I can't say anything because like all of Kurosawa's are like that time frame.
Yeah. Well, also like fucking Memo. What's it called? Guillermo del Toro. We need
we're
Hellboy 1,
close
Hellboy 2.
Guillermo.
Yeah, we need a good amount from Guillermo.
We haven't done the Hellboys yet.
No, Brad.
Weird.
We have not done the Hellboys. No.
I should have done that for Halloween.
Yeah, we want to thank you all so much. What's up?
That's not horror.
I don't know if I consider Hellboy horror.
Man.
It has horror elements.
It does, but I don't know if I consider it horror. It's more of an action flick.
Yeah.
Action fantasy.
Well, and thank you all so much for sticking by, y'all, and listening to this review of Monos. We also want to thank you all for being here for 6 years now, y'all. We forgot to mention this on the Tigers Are Not Afraid review, but holy shit, we've been having quite the fucking what's it called time as of late, and like just when you've been doing it as long as we have, all this shit starts to blend in. So it's like, the ones that we can actually like keep track of is like the numbers on the episodes because guess what? It's up here on StreamYard when it tells us like, oh look,
Mm-hmm.
Brad, we're getting close to 600. We're getting close to like this. I'm like, cool. But like when it comes to like our anniversary, I'm like, holy shit, that was yesterday. We should have talked about it. But thank you all so much for 6 years, y'all. It's so much
When we
fun.
hit 10, we'll do something.
Something big, yeah. We'll do something
Something
big for
big.
10. Yeah. Thank you all for
Podcast on the
10 years.
fucking beach drinking pina coladas. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, sure, Brad. If a PC can make it out there, but
Oh, wait. Podcast at con. There you go. Oh,
podcast
that
account.
one.
Yeah, but thank you all so much for 6 years. We appreciate you all. We appreciate everything you do for us. It's the only thing you got to worry with us, y'all. If it's still fun, we're still gonna be here. And guess what? 6 years later, it's still fucking fun. Still have movies to talk about, and yeah, we're pretty much just still gonna stick around here
Yep.
until
As long as they keep making movies.
yeah, as long
Well,
as they
even
keep
if they
making
don't,
movies
we can always go back.
to the old. Yeah,
Yeah, keep going.
365 days in a year, Brad.
Yeah.
We have barely even touched completing a year. So like, there's a lot of movies out there, Brad. So I'm sure that we will never ever lose what's it called content here when it
No,
comes to movies.
no, we can always reach back and grab like, ooh, Suspiria.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's it called? But one of these days, y'all, we will have to start covering silent films. And it's like, oh, great silent films. Yeah.
That, how do you talk about that? Just be like, I didn't like the dialogue.
Yeah.
Do
Hey,
it-
apparently there are some that are
is
great.
it everybody who has to put the subtitles on? Is that who we're going to turn into? Be like, I didn't want to read.
You want to read? Yeah. Hey, people who don't want to watch foreign movies because you don't want to read, you'd hate silent films then. Yeah. But with that said, we want to thank everybody. If you're watching this live and you're in the chat, thank you. So like Kylie, Stacy, um, Aiden's probably in there, maybe. I don't know. Let's go. Whoever's
You
in there
never
on
know.
Thursday.
Whoever shows up.
Whoever shows up. Thank you. We want to thank our Patreon supporters as well because we love them a lot. They are the ones who make this possible by keeping us afloat here on the Patreon. I mean, on the network. So thank you all. If you want to become a Patreon supporter, make sure you go to www.patreon.com/nerdcore, or if you're on the video version, just look at the link that's playing on the bottom. Pledge to a tier, and of course, we want to thank our producer, our writer, and our director. I want to thank our executive producer Shane. Where can you find him, Brad?
You follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at ThriftedIL, or go buy something from the Suppy God at Present City Vintage in Illinois.
Hell yeah. And of course, we want to thank our writer, Tony.
Hey, Tony, Thor still sucks.
Thor, Love, and Thunder.
Love and Blunder. What are you talking about?
At Real Nerdy Dad. And then our wonderful Kylie. Thank you, Kylie.
I don't know
Our
what that
director,
was.
Kylie.
That was like that was half sip.
Kylie. Yeah.
Kylie.
Thank you,
That's
Kylie.
how I feel when she makes us watch bad movies. No, Kylie.
Yeah. Thank you, Kylie. At Kylie PLI and Kylie P Sports 90. That's Twitter and Instagram. We are going to be doing another commentary next Tuesday with Kylie. We're going to be watching Bumblebee to do this month's
Bumblebee.
commentary. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. We appreciate you, Kylie, but fuck.
I mean, it's not like a well, it is a Transformers movie, but it's not a
Apparently, it's a good Transformers movie.
Apparently, it's a good. It doesn't have Mark Wahlberg in it, right?
No.
Yeah.
That's John Cena, though.
As long as it's not the Marine, right?
I'm glad we haven't done a viewer's choice ever again. I'm pretty sure somebody would make us choose like the Marine or 12 rounds.
I want to watch the one where he gets stuck behind the wall. I think it's called The Wall.
Oh yeah, the military film.
Yeah, that's one I kind of do want to see because it's like, is this just one scene and then behind a wall the whole time? Because that might be interesting.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the whitewashed Great Wall of China film.
No.
Yeah.
Again, you're going to get Kylie out here to express like how sorry she is for like typecasting me.
Yeah. Oh, the Great Wall. Yeah. Well, y'all, of course, we thank you all so much for being here. We'll catch you all, what's it called, on Friday when we do our She-Hulk episode 5 review. But in the meantime, this has been it, y'all. And without further ado, let's get out of here, Brad. Send them out.
Right, roll. Thank you, mean host, as always. Thank you to all those who join us in chat, even though I won't be able to see you because this is pre-recorded. Thank you to all the listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, let the doctor go. Damn it, Young Yoda out.